Welcome back. So we've taken a look at CodeDeploy and its key components and the process to go through deployment. Now, before we get started working with CodeDeploy in the management console, let's take a look at some of the prerequisites for CodeDeploy. So let's click Next. This one seems pretty obvious. Provision an IAM user. And basically, we just need an IAM user with CodeDeploy capabilities. And I'll just go over to the AWS site for CodeDeploy. And basically, we're talking about policies such as this attached to the IAM user. Note, auto-scaling, CodeDeploy EC2, Lambda, ECS, Elastic Load Balancing, create instance profile. So just refer to this policy for the permissions needed by our IAM user. Now for step 2, if you're going to use the CLI to perform your deployments, you just need to have the AWS CLI on your development machine. All right, next we need a service role for AWS CodeDeploy. So the service role is going to be dependent on your compute platform. In other words, the EC2 or on-premises service role will be different from the ECS one or the Lambda one. But let's go over to IAM and let's go into roles. And there's our service role. And there's our policy. Auto-scaling, permissions, EC2, ELB. Now, this service role is specifically for EC2, so we're not touching Lambda or ECS. Otherwise, some of those permissions would be in this policy. Now, finally, we need an IAM instance profile for our EC2 instances. And this is actually only for EC2. For Lambda or ECS, this is not needed. Basically, the EC2 instances need permission to access the S3 bucket or GitHub repository. Our instances will be launched with this instance profile. Now, if we take a step back here, here's the policy for our instance profile. Now, let's go over to roles. We would need to create a role and attach the policy to it, but I've done that already. CodeDeploy demo EC2 instance profile. And again, we would just attach the policy we just created to this role. And with that, we will have satisfied all of our pre-configuration requirements. So I'll end this lesson here, and in the next lesson, we will actually walk through using the management console, a deployment using CodeDeploy. So please join me in the next lesson.